What's going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and this girl just said she recognised me from the vegetarian club. I've never seen her before. Hello, welcome to my road to the British Champs. That doesn't work. This has been a pretty sweet week. Training wise, it's been good. Like, I feel like the changes I'm making are starting to pay off now. And I'm pretty confident that when I test, I'll have some nice PRs. I think I'm kind of 7 out of 10 confident, 70% if you like, for the mathematicians out there. Now, it's been a significant week in terms of the road to the British Champs, in that I sent off my entry form. If you watch my evening of eating, you'll see me discuss that then. Yeah, I sent off my entry form for the British Champs, so I'm officially, or not officially, but I'm essentially officially in, which is obviously, when you're making a road to the British Champs, it is obviously quite integral that you actually go to the British Champs. Otherwise, that would be a pretty terrible climax of the series if I was just like, oh, I'm not going, by the way, guys. That would kind of suck. Yeah, so all things, going well, I should be there. So that's obviously very exciting. It's kind of given me that set goal. I know it's happening on the 3rd/4th of October. I think they're saying at this point, my weight category will be lifting on the Sunday, which is the 4th, which is a bit annoying because the Saturday will be nice because it would be the day after off work, but it's not a disaster. I'm not too fussed. But yeah, training wise, it's been good. You probably noticed that my face is, again, as it always seems to be in these videos, or just life in general, very red. Again, I was outside teaching all day. Again, I was kind of sweating out. To be fair to me, it was like overcast all day. Didn't wear any sun cream. Turns out you can still get burnt even when it's overcast. So wear sun cream, kids, all year round. But yeah, that is irrelevant. Training wise, it's been good. I'm really pleased with how things are going. Like I said, I feel like the things that I've adjusted in my training schedule are now kind of starting to pay dividends. I feel, even though I'm pretty, I'll say this to say it, I'm pretty kind of smashed out. I've literally just finished a session, so I'm pretty wiped out. But I feel like throughout the week, I'm feeling a lot better in myself. I'm not so achy and like sore and lethargic. I feel a lot better. So I think that kind of added CNS recovery is hopefully going to, like I said, pay off when it comes to testing, and then eventually when it gets to the big one. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. In terms of weight, like I'm now starting, at last, like after about 50 years, I'm starting to gradually put on a bit of weight. If you watch my bulking and bodybuilding video from earlier in the week, if you don't watch that, watch it every week because it's freaking awesome. But also I do a weigh-in every week, so you see what my weight's like, and you see the food and stuff that I've eaten. Yeah, so for you dirty food perverts, you'll probably enjoy that, I imagine. Probably watching it in a dark room with some candles and Barry Manilow on the sound system. Yeah, so I'm now talking about completely non-related things. That's probably a good sign for me, good cue for me to move on. Yeah, to the training clips. Now, in order for you to watch these and appreciate them fully, there's probably only one real thing you can do, and that is the following. Go to a shop, buy a state-of-the-art waterproof laptop, bring it back, put it on the floor, stamp on it repeatedly, throw it in the bin, put your actual laptop in a carrier bag, dive underwater really, really fast, and the carrier bag should keep it watertight. I'm about 20% sure that's the case. Then turn it on and enjoy. And we're live. So this is my powerlifting from the week, and it's been good. I'd rate it maybe like a 7 out of 10. Like nothing spectacular, but solid, like decent, more than satisfactory. Met the required needs. Okay. Yeah, so Monday was squat day. I went for singles. I went for 5 singles at 232.5 kilograms, 512 pounds. So that's a 2.5 kilogram, 5/6 pound improvement from the previous attempt at this session, and they were good. They didn't move like incredibly well. Like as with the last set of singles, they weren't amazing, but they felt better. Like the last time I did singles, the first rep was like a big grinder, and I was kind of panicking. This time around it felt a lot easier. So admittedly the last kind of couple of singles weren't easy. They were kind of hard work, but I always knew I had them. It was just a case of kind of, I don't know, getting G'd up. That is the biggest thing. I find that, you know, when you're doing singles, like the whole, just training in general is obviously, it can be hard to get really G'd up for, because obviously it's not a competition, you know, it is just training. When you're doing singles, you need to be like super G'd up. You need to be really hyped up, because obviously I'm not deloaded, and this is a pretty heavy weight, so you do need to make sure you're super hyped. I try and accomplish that, but it's not easy. But yeah, they felt good. I'm happy with that. It's progression. It's a PR for singles, for 5 singles, so I will take it. Then I did some front squats, 3 sets of 3, 130 kilograms, 287 pounds. I'll be honest with you, at the moment I freaking hate front squats. When I first started doing them a while back, I hated them. Then I started to quite like them when I was doing them twice a week. Now I've dropped back to doing them once a week, and I've returned to my initial state of hating them, because they just feel so uncomfortable and irritating, and like, I mean, that's literally a gigantic drop off in weight from what I was doing for singles to doing that, and it felt almost like equally as heavy. Like, it just feels uncomfortable and ungainly and awkward, but I'm doing it because I think it's good. It obviously encourages good kind of thoracic strength, alignment and stuff, and I think they're good just generally to do something different. Anyway, Tuesday, this is bench press day, and this was a really good session. So again, I went for singles, went for 5 singles at 157.5 kilos, 347 pounds, with a nice pause, and I got all of them, and they felt good. Like, on a couple of occasions, you'll see it here, I kind of, my elbow tries to shoot out, so there, it felt really comfortable, and then I think it was my left elbow tried to kind of sneak out. I had to tuck it in again, it came up nicely. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I feel like if I get better at keeping my elbows tucked the whole time, particularly when it's heavy, I think I'm definitely good for a single PR for sure, because I mean, these were moving well. I mean, that's the last one, and it still wasn't a massive grind. Like I said, I mean, every time, the thing that was holding me back was that my elbows kept wanting to flare, so I had to keep kind of forcing them back in. But yeah, I feel like the bar was moving really good, and for that weight, for 5 singles, I'm really pleased, and it just kind of reaffirms my belief that I'm sure I've got a bench press PR there. Obviously I'll kind of save it when I test in a couple of weeks or so, but yeah, I'm pretty confident about that. And on the topic of being confident about PRs, I'm also confident I've got a deadlift one there. So I went for 4 sets of 3, 232.5 kilograms, 513 pounds. The plan was actually to get 5 sets, and as was the case when I did this session 2 weeks ago, the sets of 3, I got the first 3, and the 4th set I didn't get them, so I left it there. It's still a PR for this rep and set range. I did want to get more sets, but I'm pretty happy. I mean, that's the first set. It moved pretty well for that weight. I am finding with deadlifts that you get that kind of accumulated fatigue, so the first couple of weeks of my training cycle I feel good. Get approaching like week 4, week 5, it is kind of building up, and now I'm feeling a little bit less, sharp. My speed off the floor is not as good as it was. Lockout is not as good as it was. But I know that obviously when I deload and I'm fresh, I should be good for some awesome stuff. Here's my 4th and final set. And you see here, I really wanted it. I got so close, but yeah, dumped it. What I did find actually, the last 2 sets, I think, without even trying to, I was kind of using more leg drive, which was quite interesting. I think my back was quite sore. So like I said, without even deliberately wanting to, my kind of body started making me sit down more, and I found that my leg drive was actually very efficient. Like, it felt quite good. I could feel a lot more, almost, I mean, even quad and kind of hamstring and glute engagement. Whether I do that consistently, I'm not sure, but it felt good. Anyway, accessory work there, 3 sets of 3, deficit, pause deadlifts, beltless as always, 3 sets of 3, and that was that. And like I said, going back to PRs, with my bench, I'm confident I have a PR there. With my deadlift, I'm confident I have a PR there. With my squats, I don't know. Like, since the competition, like when I missed that, the 3rd attempt, which would have been a PR, it's kind of knocked my confidence. It's quite bizarre. Like, at the time, I was really pleased because I messed up the first one. I messed up the commands. The second one, I felt like I was under loads of pressure and it was a massive grind, which I think, to be honest, on reflection, was probably more mental than anything. And the 3rd one, I didn't get it. And yeah, it's kind of knocked my confidence a bit with my squats. Obviously, I've changed things up in my training as well, so I feel like it's harder for me to gauge where I'm at with my squats. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I went and PR'd when I test, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm definitely not as confident with my squats as I was like a couple of months ago. But that said, I still reckon I can probably pull a PR out when it comes to testing time, which would be very nice indeed, because otherwise my deadlift is going to take a firm lead in the race to 600 pounds. Right. Anyway, this is my Friday session. Thursday, of course, was a rest day, and I went for 3 sets of 10 reps at 170 kilos, 375 pounds, and again, it was nice, and by nice, I mean horrible. The weight felt good. The weight felt really, really light, to be fair. Like, the good thing about these sessions, these 3 sets of 10 and 3 sets of 8, the weight's kind of, it is creeping up, like I'm putting it up each week, but it still feels good. You see there, the weight's moving really, really easily. Like, it's quite nice. It's quite good for my confidence to be able to move this kind of weight that easily. Like, I did 3 sets of 10. I mean, the first set, I probably could have got it for like 15, 20 reps. Like, it was pretty freaking comfortable. And it's something different, you know. It gives my CNS a break. I think it makes me a bit fresher for my other session. I'm just, like I said, trying to get a bit of hypertrophy work in there. Just do something a little bit different, a little bit of a different impetus to kind of help my squats progress, because I really, really want to hit 600 pounds this year, and I definitely think I'm capable of doing that. And here is my accessory work. So here I'm doing some pause squats from a pretty exciting new angle. I thought I'd mix it up, just sneak around the side there. As is always the case with my squat accessory work, I'm doing it beltless and sleeveless. This is 3 sets of 2 at 150 kilograms, 331 pounds. Nice and light, nice long pause, and they felt good. In terms of my squat accessory work, I 100% prefer pause squats to front squats, because front squats suck and pause squats don't. And then final session of the week. This is Saturday. This is bench press. And here I went for 4 sets of 4 at 140 kilograms, 309 pounds with a touch and go. So this is a new rep and set scheme. I'm trying to kind of add in different alternatives just so I have more time between increasing the weight. And it's good. I mean, I've never tried this before, but it's still technically a PR. I've never done this weight for this number of reps and sets before, so I'm happy with that. What I'm not happy with is how much touch and go sucks. Like, as much as I hate front squats, I hate touch and go bench press even more. Like, I just really, really despise it. You see here, my timing is all over the place. I have the strength to do this easily. Every single time I was misgrooved, literally 9 out of 10 reps I was misgrooving. So my leg drive was out of time with my actual kind of pressing. It just really felt uncomfortable. Like, I don't like it. I like a pause because I can synchronize everything. With touch and go, I certainly can't. But that said, I got them all in and they were moving well, and I'm pretty freaking pleased with that. Bench press, like I said before, I'm very, very confident right now. It's feeling really good. Yeah, I mean, I don't like touch and go. I know I'm kind of toying with the idea of just doing all my sets paused. I'm not sure, but like I said, it's still going in the right direction. Bench press is still feeling good, so I have nothing really to whine about. Anyway, that is my training for the week, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.